Hey y'all, my name is Harley Thornberry, and I'm gonna first start off by talking about the pros and cons of each of the three things on the list. So first, the ban of use of AI in schools. Obviously, the pros are less cheating and using it for a bad state instead of a good state. And then obviously the cons is you can ask such a simple question to just get a better understanding of something, and they can take it and flip it as you're cheating. Limited or guided use. Obviously, this can be used for brainstorming, getting a better idea of what exactly you're talking about or writing about. But I think the pros of this, and I think this is what we should stick with and use in schools instead of complete or no use. Obviously, the pros is it can get you a better understanding of something you already don't understand. Help with examples. Really help you with so much, like ask questions that you wouldn't have to ask your teacher to waste their time. And then cons, yet again, some people are still going to use it to cheat, but I wouldn't take it away from the students that use it in a good way. And then full use with disclosure. I think this would personally be a bad idea. I don't think you should just be able to use AI because people are just going to use exactly what it's saying and post it on something. So obviously that's a con because someone's just going to copy and paste and put it straight onto their paper. Pros, I think one of the biggest pros with this is just that it can help you, and it doesn't take a long time if you're cheating, but obviously you shouldn't cheat. And then the next is summarize each in your own words. So the complete ban of AI is no help, only relying on your teachers, having to do everything completely by yourself, and honestly, it can just be too hard sometimes. Limited or guided use, you can use both the teacher and AI. There's gonna obviously be some cheating, but some people actually using it accordingly how they're supposed to be using it. And then full use, I again think this is just a bad idea. I don't think it should be used on everything, but when you need help. Which approach do you think is most ethical for public speaking, and explain why? I personally think that the approach number 2, limited guided use, is the most ethical just because you should use it for questions you have before speaking, but obviously don't use it when you're speaking or use exact words. I would, if you had a question, ask it. Don't waste your time with the teacher. Obvious reasons they don't have time to answer every question you have. And then give at least one real or hypothetical example of how AI might be used ethically or unethically in a speech assignment. Ethically, I think it can be used in a good way for just getting examples of what you're talking about, data, help you understand what you're talking about a little bit better, like asking it, hey, what are some things that you know about this topic? And then obviously taking somebody's speech straight off of AI and using it and saying that speech out loud is obviously unethical. And then in your video with a question for your peers to answer in their video replies. Which of the three approaches do you think is the most ethical when coming to day-to-day work, like schoolwork?